Here to talk about the Urban Farming Initiative is Kevin Mackey.
Hey everybody, thanks so much, Chad. I appreciate being here. I appreciate all of you being here. Who's hungry right now, yeah? 6 p.m., ready to eat, you're looking at an urban garden up here. I'm gonna talk to you for a moment as this slide transitions about a problem that we have with big agriculture. Do you imagine that 40% of the food that is on your plate, that is the equivalent of what gets wasted, what goes into a landfill? In addition to that, even in a couple of years, we've had a 28% increase in our food prices. Food supply chain is broken. The Urban Farming Initiative is here to solve that. Here's what we do. We coordinate local food systems through growing, processing, distributing, consuming, and recycling. How we do that is by working with neighborhoods and communities through these series of products that range from all the way on the left, gardenscaping as we would call it. That's just installation of community gardens. In the middle, we have a garden commissary unit, which I'll describe in more detail. Actually, I'm going to go backwards because this is going to go in the next 15 seconds into several of our products. So the community garden maintenance is definitely going to be something that gets us started in communities. Everyone can get started with their own community garden project with raised bed gardens, right? We're about to enter growing season, and within about 24 hours, we can procure one of these and put it in the ground with soil and then start growing. So it's a very easy entry point for communities to be able to get started. But that's not all. So now we talk about our garden commissary units. This is a product specifically that we have created to be able to create experiences within the gardens. It is a 20-foot shipping container that has been retrofitted with a sink, a table, and some basic infrastructure to allow for our gardeners or the gardeners that are in these community gardens to actually process their food and be able to take it and even distribute it through the gardens themselves. We view gardens as a central distribution point because that's also a place where you consume and eventually recycle. The innovations that we have are not just growing in soil, which is of course important. We also specialize in controlled environment agriculture growing. That is yet again using a shipping container to retrofit that with a hydroponic growing system to be able to grow 24/7, 365 indoors. Our partners at 80 Acres are experts at this. They simply do not want to be known as a container farming business. So that's why we are partnered with them to be able to execute with that. It ultimately comes back to the Urban Farm Network, our digital application that we use to coordinate logistics, that we use to ensure that donations and small business food products can be sold locally. It is extremely difficult for food small businesses to get into the likes of Kroger, to get into the likes of Meijer, Walmart, the stores that we all go to. But it does not mean that we cannot and should not be buying their products. It's a matter of logistics. Again, one of the things that we figure out is after food is even being consumed and or ready to be wasted, how can we prevent it from going into a landfill and actually be part of that food supply chain yet again? So this is what we're doing, locally connected green spaces. We do have the Urban Farming Initiative fundraisers and sponsorships that are coming up. If you're part of an organization that would like to have your own garden sponsored, if you would like to have donated produce come back to you, please come get a hold of us. First, we talk about what exactly you want to do. We get creative about your properties. Then we engage in a partnership where we can say, what is the outcomes? How many people do we want to feed? What's the engagement strategy? And then after that, we have data and we share those experiences. Thank you for your time today. I look forward to talking to all of you. Take care and enjoy the conference. See y'all.